Hello, I'm the Deaf Geek. This retro review is about She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Episode 1, A Normal Amount of Rage. This series centers around Jennifer Walters. She is the cousin of Bruce Banner, who is more famously known as the Hulk. Jennifer is an attorney, and she's getting ready to argue a case. However, she also has Hulk-like powers. This episode explains how she became the She-Hulk and what happened. We also saw the training she underwent to learn how to deal with her new powers. But all of that is a moot point, as Jennifer is an attorney, and this is a law show.
What do you normally use this chamber for, you psychopath?
Yes.
Whoa, easy, girl, easy.
Why are you talking to me like I'm a stray horse?
Jen?
Yeah?
Wait.
The part that I chose for the good is when Jennifer and She-Hulk merge their personalities. This shows Jennifer in full control of her strong and tough Hulk aspect. It also shows the difference between her and Bruce, who struggled with this for years. Jennifer, however, quickly merged the personalities and moved on.
Who the hell are you? Jennifer Walters, attorney at law.
I'll be honest, I've heard a ton of online chatter about this show. And there's most of them negative. Even so, I'm watching this with an open mind. I'm trying my best to disregard the chatter and form my own opinions about this. However, I have to be honest. When I watched this, I was cringing a bit. The fighting looked very choppy and awkward. The scene switching wasn't smooth, and the CGI looked terrible. It looked sloppy and unfinished, like it needed more time to polish up the details and help the fight scene look better. The errors were fairly glaring, and the scene felt rushed. The CGI and the cuts both felt rough and jarring, which made it hard to enjoy. The mistakes were simply too noticeable.
So if you want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
Thanks. He doesn't mean that.
For my what? I wanted to point out one unique aspect of She-Hulk. This ability sets her apart from other superheroes in the comics and shows. She-Hulk can break the fourth wall. That means she can talk past the story and directly to the audience. That's similar to what Deadpool can do. The difference is that Deadpool's ability is because he's utterly insane. He doesn't experience the same reality that the other characters in his stories do. That's how he breaks the fourth wall. It's unclear how Jennifer is able to do so. Maybe they'll explain later. In any case, this is the first instance of breaking the fourth wall for Jennifer. I did find it interesting that when Jennifer glanced over to the audience and talked, her cousin Bruce also looked over when she exclaimed, "What?" I wonder what the Hulk saw during that moment. Here are my final thoughts about the first episode. This was clearly an origin story. They explained what happened, how powers were acquired, etc., which is fine. However, I did notice that the CGI was really rough in some spots. I also felt that Jennifer's character development was a bit too fast. She was just acquiring abilities with no issues whatsoever. It was different. I felt like the challenge of establishing herself wasn't there. It felt like this TV series was just rushing through this part to get to the main story. This episode felt like pure fluff and didn't give a good first impression. Especially since this is the first episode. So, yeah. My rating for this episode, I'll say it's a 6 out of 10. This is the Deaf Geek, and thanks for watching.